Never a good sign. Top execs fleeing Clinton-linked company Laureate Education by Richard Pollack for westernjournal.com. The most prestigious board member of Laureate Education has announced his departure from the firm, continuing a rapid exodus of top-level executives at Clinton-connected company. Robert Zoellick, a former World Bank president, will leave the company at the end of December, the Daily Caller News Foundation has learned. His resignation follows on the heels of a number of unexpected departures since the company went public last February, as previously reported by the DCNF. Those departures include the company's founder and CEO, Douglas Becker, as well as its chief operating officer, chief legal officer, and its chief human resources officer. The for-profit education company is best known for paying former President Bill Clinton nearly $18 million to serve as the honorary chairman at Laureate International Universities. The company's main corporate entity, LIU, also donated up to $5 million to the Clinton Foundation, according to the Clinton Foundation's website. The departure of such high-level executives is very unusual, according to Aswath Damodaran, a professor of finance at the Stern School of Business at New York University, where he teaches corporate finance and equity valuation. Right after an IPO, the top management departs. It's not good news, Damodaran told the DCNF last October, stressing that executives fleeing for the doors following an IPO is never a good sign. A World Bank entity called the International Finance Corporation awarded a $150 million investment to Laureate in January of 2013 during Zoellick's term. IFC later increased the amount to $200 million, the company announced in December of 2013. Zoellick was joining the firm's board. When Hillary Clinton was Secretary of State, Laureate's Becker also received $17 million for another of his organizations called International Youth Foundation. The IYF funds came from the State Department's Agency for International Development. IYF also collaborated with many Clinton Foundation programs. Laureate runs for-profit schools that came under fire during former President Barack Obama's administration. Unlike American competitors in the for-profit education industry, about 75% of the school's operations are located overseas in about a dozen countries. Tuition from its international operations constitutes the organization's largest single source of revenue, according to the company's SEC 10Q filing, a quarterly report for the period ending September 30th, 2017. Laureate has been characterized as a classic pay-to-play operation by critics who cite the company's hiring of former heads of state and the leaders of international multinational organizations to assist in overseas operations. The company came under fire for ties to the Clintons and a relationship with their foundation. 65 members of Congress asked the FBI, the Internal Revenue Service, and the Federal Trade Center to probe the Clinton Foundation in July of 2016 on corruption charges that included a request to specifically examine the foundation's relationship with Laureate. After hiring Bill Clinton, Laureate continued its aggressive recruitment of political heavyweights with its decision in 2013 to add Zoellick to the board. Interested in packing the company with international figures, Laureate also named former Mexican President Ernesto Zedillo its presidential counselor in 2015. Zedillo governed Mexico as head of the Mexican political party called the Institutional Revolutionary Party, which had a monopoly of power for 71 years. The PRI is a full member of the Socialist International. Laureate's largest single revenue source comes from Latin America, where the company operates schools in Brazil, Chile, Costa Rica, Honduras, Panama, Peru, Ecuador, and Mexico, according to the company's 10K quarterly SEC filings. Laureate did not issue a media release announcing Zoellick's resignation, but only reported it to the SEC under an 8K filing that requires companies to announce material events affecting a company. Laureate stated Zoellick did not express any disagreement with the company in the SEC filing dated December 16th, but the company did not state the reasons for his resignation. The DCNF contacted Laureate but did not receive any reply. Zoellick was richly rewarded for his board membership. He received $225,000 in total compensation in 2016, according to a Laureate's SEC filing. Zoellick also was awarded 18,558 Class A shares in the company on January 31st, the day before the company went public. Laureate's stock has performed far below its original estimated initial public offering price of $21 per share, later adjusted downward before it went public, February 1st at a price of $14 to $17 per share. The company experienced a brief breakout on June 19th, hitting a year high of $18.51, but continued its falling streak, hitting a low of $10.53 on November 15, according to NASDAQ. The company in May informed the SEC of the 40 million shares originally issued as an IPO, and 5.4 million shares were never issued. They informed the SEC on May 24, 2017 that the company deregistered 5.4 million shares. Kohlberg Kravis Roberts, a private equity firm, was one of the largest investors in Laureate. KKR received nearly 30 million Laureate shares below the market price, paying $11.90 per share, according to the company's SEC filing shortly after it went public. After Zoellick left the World Bank, he became the non-executive chairman of AllianceBernstein, a global investment management firm that offers research and investment services to institutional investors, individuals, and private wealth clients in major world markets. Zoellick also serves on the boards of Singapore's Sovereign Wealth Fund, Rolls-Royce, and AXA, a French insurance firm, among other companies. Zoellick joined Laureate's board in 2013 and also rejoined Goldman Sachs in 2013, this time serving as the chairman of its International Advisory Board. He previously served as vice chairman of Goldman Sachs. Zoellick is a Republican and most recently served in a number of roles in former President George W. Bush's administration, including as a U.S. Trade Representative and as Deputy Secretary of State. He was a close confidant of Republican presidential candidate Mitt Romney. Zoellick was a signatory to a March 12, 2016 open letter opposing President Donald Trump's candidacy. The letter accused Trump of being fundamentally dishonest. His highest profile job, however, was when he became World Bank president in 2007. He replaced Paul Wolfowitz, who rocked the bank in a sex scandal involving a foreign national who also worked at the bank. Zoellick did not respond to several DCNF inquiries for comment. A previous version of this article appeared in the Daily Caller News Foundation. Listen, what do I think? I think something fishy is going on. And for him to, he was a Republican that opposed Trump because Trump would get to the bottom of this. And now that things are ramping up to get to the bottom of, that's why I think top execs are fleeing the Clinton Link Company. You wonder why. We don't know too much about what's going on, but you can rest assured if Clinton is involved and the money was going to her foundation too, and everything was looked into, you can be sure that there's a lot of pay to play here as they're stating. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and again, thank you so much for watching.